The truth about why you are not as close to God as you would like. Let's talk about it. Shabbat Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yah Shalom. Thank you for tuning in to another Righteous Spirit-filled episode. Today I'm back at it in them trenches, handling that kingdom business. Man, this might be your first time, tuning in to the channel, seeing my content, seeing my videos. But today I want to answer one question for you, and this is going to sum it up for a lot of people. The name of this channel is Closer to Yah Ministries. The word God itself that we read oftentimes or hear is nothing more than a title. And using the name of Yah or Yahweh, I'm getting back to the historical name. But man, in my former life, well before I started fearing the Most High Yah and keeping the commandments, man, I knew nothing of a lot of this stuff which I talked about. I never learned it in religion. Religion doesn't teach it, nor do they support it. And this is why, a lot of my life, man, was pretty much lived in lawlessness because I never truly sought out the Most High Yah's face. And today I'm going to answer the question of why you're not as close or close to God as you would like. Why you're not even close to God at all. Before I go any further, man, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Turn your notifications on. Click that bell and set it to all notifications. Drop me a comment down below and let me know where you're tuning in from. Peace and blessings to you all. The truth of the matter is, you've made it to where you are so busy that you find it hard to fit God into your schedule rather than making him a part of everything you do. Man, this is my testimony. This is my former life. When I turned 18 and jumped off the porch and left home, man, I had no time for church. Even folks that go to church wonder why they're not as close to God as they would like. I was raised as a Christian going to Sunday, first day church. And there was times where we would have to rush out of there because we couldn't stay the whole 2 hours. Like I said, when I jumped off the porch at 18, man, I abandoned even that and became too busy. But on this day of recording, man, it is Saturday, December 21st, 7th day of the week. And I am relaxing, resting, keeping the Sabbath, which in religion, man, they never taught you how to do. Oftentimes, you're not as close to God as you would like is because you have settled for a religion that you cannot find nowhere in the book, and that religion keeps you comfortable. Why should anyone give concern to your complaints about being tired all the time when the Father told you to rest? Man will work you till you are, dead and gone, but the Father in himself told you to rest. Exodus chapter 20 verses 8 through 11. Remember the Sabbath day, keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals, nor any foreigner residing in your towns. For in the 6 days the Lord made the heaven and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, but he rested on the 7th day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Man, I want you to think about that. Why should anybody be concerned about how tired you are week to week when you are in constant disobedience? When does the Father have time to communicate with you? One thing about the prophets and the disciples, the apostles, their heart was after the Most High Yah. They didn't have to try to fit the Most High Yah in. They always had time for him. And this is why the Most High Yah could constantly speak to them. And through them, he speaks to us. A lot of people that have been brought up in religion, Christianity to be one, they say, well, Jesus never said anything about keeping the Sabbath. And I can understand why you would believe that teaching or explanation simply when all you have to give is a mere hour and a half to 2 hours on a day that hasn't been commanded, on Sunday, first day, when we've been commanded to keep the seventh day, you know. But most people, man, they want to do a mere hour and a half, 2 hours of church and then go run on back about their normal way of life. Nothing about you has changed. The Most High Yah, you cannot rush the Most High Yah to speak to you or to do his will upon you, but you can make yourself available. Luke chapter 4, verse 16. He went to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, on the Sabbath day, and he went into the synagogue, as was his custom. He stood up and read. So we see that the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, he didn't forget about the commandments of the Most High Yah. It was his custom to obey the will of Yah. But the book does say that he came not to do his own will, but the will of him who sent him. You know, I want you to think about how you've gotten so busy, how you're caught up in this and caught up in that. You know, when it comes to your family, well, you make time to spend with your family, your loved ones, but truly behind the scenes, you don't make any time to spend with the Father or the Messiah. You got time to run over here and run over there and go support this person and go support this one, while you're somebody that has the kind of faith where you expect the Most High Yah to do the most for you while you're doing the least. You're praying and asking for all of this and all of that, but you haven't even thanked him and gave gratitude and appreciation and obedience for the things that he has blessed you with. Matthew chapter 10, verse 37 through 38. Anyone who loves their father or more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves their son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Whoever does not take up their cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Man, you're too worried about basketball games, football games, volleyball games, softball games, tennis games. This is why you're not as close to the Father. You're too worried about, pleasing the people that won't even have any influence on you getting to the kingdom or not. You're too busy worried about people that have no influence on whether you get healing and deliverance. You know, one thing people make a lot of time for is making money. And I tell you this, when I started to fear the Most High Yah and keep his commandments, man, I ended up taking a pay cut. But guess what? Man, it is a blessing because I've been able to do more with less. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. That's a main reason why a lot of people are not close to God like they would like. You know, when it comes to men and women obeying everything else in this world, they obey the laws of this world. They obey the order and instructions of their supervisor. But when it comes to your obedience to the Most High Yah, this is why you're not as close to the Most High Yah as you would like. Acts chapter 5, verse 29. Peter and the apostles replied, "We must obey God rather than human beings." This is why you're not as close to the Father. You listen to everybody else. You obey the voice of everybody else instead of guarding his ways and hearkening to his voice. The reason you're not as close to God is you're constantly talking about everything else that you sacrifice instead of being a sacrifice. Well, I sacrificed this for that. No, you did that for your own will. You do that so you can be seen in a certain light. No, you did that so you can make more money. No, you did that so you can take part in this opportunity. But you didn't sacrifice for the Most High Yah. Romans chapter 12, verse 1. Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in the view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. When it comes to why you're not close to God as you would like, or not even close to him at all, it's because you're too busy submitting to the laws of man instead of the laws of the Most High Yah. You don't keep that same energy when you look at the laws of the world. You have no problem getting in your car, obeying speed laws, traffic laws. You have no problem doing that. But when it comes to living a life of repentance, the reason you're not close to the Most High is because you have been told and brainwashed and indoctrinated, possibly even hate the laws of the Most High Yah. Romans chapter 7, verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment is holy, and just and good. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is the light, and reproofs and instructions are a way of life. This is the Torah. The reason you're not as close to God as you would like is because you've forsaken his Torah. How can you lead a life of repentance? You know, the fact of the matter is your lips say you love him, but your walk, your actions is evident that you don't love him. It says, those who love me obey my commandments. A lot of people They submit to the understanding of, well, I don't need works. It's not about works. All I need is faith. As long as I believe, man, I'm good to go. This is why you're not as close to the Most High Yah. James chapter 2, verse 7, even so faith, if it have not works, is dead being alone. You look at Romans 3:31. Do we make void the law by faith? No, we uphold the law. Man, I want you to look around. Man, in the background, man, I hear the grass blowing in the wind. I hear the birds chirping on this beautiful Sabbath day that the Most High Yah has ordained for us to rest. And it wasn't until I started fearing the Most High Yah and keeping his commandments that I could take part in this rest, this time of healing, this time of deliverance, this time to let the Father speak unto me. You know, people have time for Halloween. They got time for Valentine's Day. But you know what they don't have time for? They don't have time for the Most High Yah's feast day. The reason people are so content with keeping Easter is because it only takes up about 2 to 3 hours of your time, when the Most High Yah, the Messiah, and the disciples, they kept the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Passover. But you settle for communion. This is why you're not as close to the Most High Yah as you would like. Man, the main reason why you're not as close to the Most High Yah as you would like, or not even close to him at all, is because you've made time for everybody else in this world except the Creator. Never forget that you are the creation, and he created you with a purpose. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Everything else that you focus on as a man or a woman is a waste of time. He told us to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. How is it that you believe you only need faith only without the works? You ain't working out nothing. And that's the reason why you're not as close to the Most High Yah as you would like. This is Closer to Yah Ministries, and I am Mr. Kick It Gun Barrel Straight.